Hey guys, Katie here and welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to show you how to use EFT tapping if you are experiencing a panic attack. So a really quick disclaimer, this is not medical advice. If you experience multiple panic attacks, please go see your doctor. Don't get off your medication. This is just advice on how I have helped myself with my panic attacks, and it has worked pretty amazing, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So just a quick background, I experienced panic attacks probably all through my college. They're all very mild. It wasn't until I became pregnant where I experienced panic attacks on a whole new level. I'm talking, I would wake up in the middle of the night, I felt like I couldn't breathe, I felt like I couldn't get any air into my lungs or into the baby's lungs. I really felt like I was dying. I have no other explanation besides I just felt like there was no way I was getting any air in my body and I felt like I was going to die. I experienced these panic attacks pretty regularly, so whenever I got pregnant with my second, I took a whole bunch of meditation classes, I took breathwork classes, I took all these different classes to prepare me for these panic attacks. And unfortunately, they still happened. And whenever they happened, there was nothing I could do about it. I just felt like a victim. I just had to wait for them to pass, and it felt like hours went by where I was just pacing around trying to get air into my lungs. There were multiple times my husband almost had to call the ambulance because we were worried for the health of my baby. So with baby number 3, I really wanted to do something that was going to stop these panic attacks. So with baby number 3, I was well involved into EFT tapping. I've been using it for limiting beliefs. I use it on my clients for limiting beliefs, really getting over any type of negative thoughts that we have about ourselves. But it wasn't until I had my first panic attack where I really saw how amazing that EFT could truly be. I started to experience my first panic attack. I did some tapping, which I will show you guys how I did it. And I really probably experienced maybe 3 that I was able to talk myself off of the panic. And I haven't experienced any since, and I'm 33 weeks pregnant now. And like I said, with my past pregnancies, it was pretty much weekly I was experiencing these panic attacks, and there was nothing I could do to stop them. So I know if you are having a panic attack, the last thing you're going to do is pull up a YouTube video and filter through to find out how to tap on your panic attack. So I'm making this video as a way for you to do it for yourself whenever you're experiencing your panic attack. So just kind of some guidelines on what you want to look for, how you want to tap, and how you want to approach it. So when it does start to happen, you can do it to yourself. Okay, so this is what you can start doing if you start to experience a panic attack. So just tapping on the side of the wrist and trying to get yourself in a position where you can kind of talk to yourself. I know sometimes when you are panicking or you're having a panic attack, it's hard to even verbalize anything, but just try your best. I would pace around the room and I would start, even though I feel like I'm about to have a panic attack, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though my chest feels tight and it's hard for me to breathe, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I can feel this panic attack coming on, my chest feels tight and it's hard for me to breathe, I deeply and completely accept myself. I can feel a panic attack coming on. It's hard for me to breathe. It's so hard for me to breathe. Feeling like I can't get oxygen to my lungs. Feeling like I can't breathe. Feel like I'm about to have a panic attack. Feeling tight in my chest. Feeling so tight in my chest. Feeling like I can't breathe. Feeling like I can't get any oxygen in my lungs. Feeling like I'm about to have a panic attack. Everything feels so tight. My heart's racing. My breath is shallow. Feeling like I can't breathe. Feeling like I can't breathe. So we do a round of that. So what you want to be doing is just tapping on how you are feeling. So everybody's going to have different feelings during their panic attacks. For me, it was just really tightness in my lungs, feeling like I couldn't breathe. So I would do a round like that, and then I would stop and assess to see how I felt. Okay, still feel really like I can't get air to my lungs. So even though I still feel like I can't breathe, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I still feel like I can't get any air to my lungs, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though my breath is so shallow and I can't get any air to my lungs, I deeply and completely accept myself. Still feel like I can't breathe. I still feel like I can't breathe. My breath is still really shallow. Still feeling like I can't breathe. My chest still feels really tight. And it's still really hard for me to breathe. Still really hard for me to breathe. It's still really hard for me to breathe. Okay, so you keep on going through that, and then you'd stop and again, assess again. So now what's going on? So now I'm starting to feel a little bit calmer. And I would have to tap vigorously through that a couple rounds. So give yourself time. Don't expect it to dissipate quickly. Feeling what's happening next. Maybe your heart's racing. Now you could breathe a little better, but your heart is racing. So even though my heart is racing, I deeply and completely accept myself. So you get the gist and you go through that. My heart's racing. My heart's racing. My heart's racing. You can tap on then your emotion. Even though I'm scared that I won't be able to breathe, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I'm scared that I can't breathe, I deeply and completely accept myself. Tapping through that. Scared I can't breathe. Scared I can't breathe. I'm scared I can't breathe. So really just digging down to each layer of that panic attack and tapping on that. Just stopping, listening to your body. Okay, what's happening now? And then tapping on that. So once you tap through all those layers, really getting through all those different feelings, your emotions, your physical feelings, then you can start tapping on some positive things. So just, I'm able to take deep breaths. Feeling the oxygen go all the way to the bottom of my lungs. Feeling my body calm. Feeling my body relax. As I choose to relax my body and my mind. And I'm capable of taking these deep, soothing, and healing breaths. Feeling the oxygen go all the way to the bottom of my lungs. Slowing down my heart rate. Feeling the anxiety leave my body. I choose to release this anxiety. I choose to calm my body. I choose to slow my breath and calm my mind. It's safe for me to relax. It's safe for me to relax. I am safe to relax. And again, focusing on what you're really feeling. So if it's getting those deeper breaths or, I'm feeling safe, so no longer feeling fearful, just tapping on those, reaffirming your body and your mind that everything is okay and you are safe. So I really hope that makes sense. Like I said, I didn't want to do like a tapping tutorial because if you're having a panic attack, I know for me, I'm not pulling up my phone and looking up a YouTube video. I just want to have those tools in my hands for when it does happen, I know what to do. So this kind of gives you guidelines of what you can do if you start to feel that panic attack. And you'll know, if you have panic attacks, you feel it starting to come on and you're like, oh crap, there's nothing I can do about it. But this is a way for you to really start to calm yourself down. So just talk your way through it. Everything that you're feeling, talk your way through it until you get to that, like I said, that very calm state, and then put an affirmation or positive notes in there. And that should really nip it in the bud. Now, I did this every time I started to feel a panic attack with my third pregnancy, and then eventually got to the point where I just wasn't having them at all. So after time, that is my hopes for you guys as well, that it will just eliminate them from happening. So it just depends on what's causing them as well. So it can be a little twofold, but for the most part, that should be very helpful when you feel one coming on. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video, if you need further explanation, or if you want me to do a tutorial that you could quickly pop up if you're having a panic attack. I'm happy to do so. As always, I will be back to share more videos like this again soon, and I will talk to you all later.